Good morning guys, day one of the lockdown here and I'm at home and I thought I would do some little daily vlogs for you. There are going to be some tips involved. I'm going to sort of just show you what I'm doing throughout the day, and also I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you're up to during the day. I want to know how much practice you're able to get done. I want to know what you're up to with your families. Yeah, put your comments down there, let me know what you're up to. I've got a giveaway. Yeah, I'll show you what I've got in this box later on, but I've got a giveaway, so stick with us and maybe you can win yourself a nice new pair of FootJoy shoes. So I want to go through with you a few tips throughout the next sort of 3 weeks. I've got lots of things that I want to share with you, but I also want to hear about your tips, whether you've got any tips that you've kind of like, even things that you're working on or things that you've kind of stumbled across over the last couple of weeks. We're also going to be checking in with Lester because I do have my concerns. I want to make sure he's eating correctly. For now though, I have to head over to the pro shop at Torquay. I need to start shutting it down, I need to get into the studio, tidy it all up, get it all ready for shutdown, and then hopefully pick up a few bits as well and bring them home so I can continue on with my videos. I'll see you a bit later on. Right, got to the studio and I am taking home quad. I'm taking home Sam Putt Lab, just so we can try and give you some numbers throughout the next sort of 3 weeks. Bringing home some putters as well, just to get some ideas on a little bit of fitting that I want to do as well. So any questions that you have, that you want to sort of see or hear about from, certainly from Sam, let me know. Right, back from the shop. It's quite sad actually. What was scary was that there were people coming into the pro shop expecting to go and play golf. As the gym is closed, my plan is to do a gym workout every day, and you guys can join me if you like. I'm going to do some exercises that I've been working on with my TPI trainer Dave. So I've set up a gym here at home, and something's better than nothing. That's just the stretching done. Look out, kids are coming. It's playtime, homeschooling. What have you got there, Bobby? Socks. Have you got, what socks have you got? Oh, you got the same socks as Daddy's socks. What are they, little quarter length ones? Yeah, they're the same as yours FootJoy ones though? No, they're not FootJoy ones, no? No, they're the same as my shoe. Are they? Oh, what, Adidas? Yeah. Adidas ones, okay. That's fair enough, isn't it? Charlie, how is school going? Good. Yeah? Yeah. Have are your teeth growing back yet? No, not yet. Yes. Oh, they are. Yeah, there's a little bit in there. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? How's Mrs. Mummy doing? Good. Yeah. Is she teaching you lots? Yeah. Is she? Yes. Go on then. Oh, Christ! Oh! Jimbo, what have you bought?
Swing speed golf. Just done my first workout today.
Right, and how's it gone?
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. So are you doing what are you doing then? 2 weeks at the 100, and then
yeah,
and then follow the guidelines. Yeah.
Just going to follow the guidelines exactly as it says.
And what's your swing speed right now?
113.
113. Okay, so I'm at about like 110 or 111.
Yeah.
So we'll do it together and see how we get on.
Perfect.
All right, mate. I'll catch up with you soon.
See you later.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. Right, part of this training this week, and certainly in the next 3 weeks when I'm at home, is I really want to get stuck into this swing speed golf stick that I've got here. Now, it comes with 3 weights, and we're going to start again, because I started this training probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I was starting to see some good progress. However, I got a little injury in my left wrist, and that was not necessarily from this, but it was from a bit of working out I was doing in the gym as well. So I stopped using it. My swing speed was starting to pick up a little bit, and then it kind of dropped off again. So I want to now, whilst I'm at home and whilst I'm going through this regime, I want to sort of get it back out and get it going again. So if you're using one of these, or you've got one, or you want to get one, why don't you join me? We're going to do it every day for the next 3 weeks, certainly when I'm at home. And for the first 2 weeks, we're going to start off with the 100-gram weight attached. It's got then 150 grams and then the 200-gram weight. But we're going to start off for the first 2 weeks of the program with the 100-gram weight. So I've got to start by swinging this as fast as I can, right-handed, 4 times. Then I've got to move it round to left-handed and again swing it as hard as I can 4 times. Oh, that's a bit more awkward. Now we've got to move on to the step through, and we're going to do this 4 times. So we're going to lift the left leg up and then plant it down. 1. I just got to remember to keep turning my hips. I get a little bit stuck with this thing, so I've got to feel like I'm turning my hips to clear my body, because you can start swinging your arms at it a bit hard. It doesn't really help my golf swing. And then the last part of this is what I've got to do is swing it 5 times as fast as I can each way, right-handed and left-handed. So a word of caution, just make sure that when you're doing this, that you keep your technique working properly, just like you've been working on with your PJ Pro or even what you're learning off YouTube. Right, when I was clearing out the studio, found an old hole and a little putting flag thing. So what I'm going to do is put it in the front garden at home. So I'm going to dig out a little hole, stick this in, pop that in, and then I could do some chipping to it. That side. Or that side. There's a car there, I might go the other side. Whilst I'm doing this, why don't we head over to Leicester and just check in and make sure he's all right.
Because the golf course is shut, I've decided to create my own golf hole, and this is probably one of the greatest golf holes ever created. So if we ever get back to work, I think I might become a golf course designer. Wait till you see this hole. I'm currently stood on the teeing area, and you'll see it's a par 3. Playing about 90 yards. One of the toughest golf holes ever created.
So I've got my hole all set up now. I've got GC Quad ready for us, and I'm just going to share with you 2 techniques that I work on when I'm chipping. One of them comes out just that little bit lower, one of them comes out that little bit higher, and I can get the ball to sort of just react slightly differently on the green when I'm chipping out on the golf course. It's also something you can work on at home, in the garden, or even inside. So tip number 1 is my putting technique chip. Now this is a shot that I use when I want to get the ball sort of going out a little bit lower and then maybe just releasing a little bit more up the green. The idea is that it comes out a little bit flatter and it comes out with just a fraction less spin. So in turn, what that will do is that will give my descent angle just a little bit lower and then allow the ball just to chase up the green just that little bit more. Number 1, I stand quite close to the ball, so I get myself into a little bit close to the ball and I get the handle to just stand up a little bit. I also grip it like a putter, so I'm trying to use it just like a putter. So once I'm in this position, I literally just stand like I would a normal putting sort of setup, and then I lean slightly towards the target. So I'm feeling like I've got probably 60% of the pressure on my left leg, leaning towards the target. Handle gets pressed forward just a fraction, and then I feel like I'm putting the exact same stroke as what I would with a normal putter. Now I move into a normal grip, so I'm now back to my kind of conventional grip, which for me is an interlocking grip. For you guys it would be whichever one that you kind of use, whether it's 10 finger or interlocking or even overlapping, whatever grip you use, this is the grip that you would use for this particular shot. So number one, first things first, I stand now just a fraction further away from the ball, and I just feel like I'm lowering the handle just a little bit down towards my kind of left leg a little bit from here. Then I feel like the toe of the club is kind of sitting up on me a little bit. So when you look down, it will start to feel like the toe of the club kind of sits up a little bit on you. And when it comes to the weight distribution, I'm keeping my weight kind of 50-50. I'm not, like the other shot, leaning slightly towards the target. I'm just keeping my weight 50-50. And then I'm keeping the handle of the club, I'm not leaning it towards the target, I'm just keeping it more centered up towards kind of my belly button. And then from here with the actual swing itself, I'm just feeling like I'm just literally just feeling like my wrists are kind of breaking just a fraction as I go back and through. I'm not going to stay rigid like I would with a putting action. So just feeling the right hand flicking underneath, almost feeling like the head of the club wants to kind of take over the hands as it comes through. So I'm almost like feeling like I'm scooping the ball up as I come through the shot. Just making sure that handle stays nice and low. Keep that position there, weight about 50-50, and then flick it through as it comes through. Instantly I can feel that ball just wanting to jump up off the face a little bit more. So if we look at these two shots that I've just played here, shot 2 is the first one that I've played, which is the using the sort of putting technique. You can see they're launching at 31.8. If you compare that to shot 1, which was when I get the feeling of playing it like a bit of a flick with the right hand, you can see they're 35.1. So I'm gaining just that extra sort of 3 degrees in launch by just feeling like I can deliver that right hand underneath a bit more. If we then look at the spin on these two, 2000 spin with the feeling of the right hand working underneath, compared to 1.7 in the spin of feeling like I'm using the putting technique. It's subtle changes, but I'm getting the feelings of different types of heights, and therefore my descent angles are going to come in just that little bit steeper with the one where I get the right hand working compared to the one with the putting action where my descent angle comes in just that fraction shallower. So there's just a couple of little techniques that you can work on. That's tip number 1, day 1 of self-isolation here, or the lockdown. Now, as I said in the beginning of this video, I said that I would be giving away a pair of FootJoy shoes. So we have the new FootJoy Flex XP shoe. Comes in a blue, white and a grey. All I want to know from you guys is what size you are and what colour you would take. Put your comments down there, and the winner of these shoes will get them sent out to them when this is all over and done with. Now, you need to be a subscriber to the channel, give us a thumbs up to this video, and obviously put your comment down below, and I will pick one lucky winner that will win a pair of these shoes. There's going to be a lot more of these sort of giveaways throughout the next 3 weeks. Lots of gloves and things like that we can give away, so keep watching and keep tuning in. Right, that concludes day 1. I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Remember, stay safe.